Let's here we go. Back here with Destiny 2 Destinies, where we're doing a mock trial. What is even gonna happen here? Do we actually get to play it as Apollo? A double mockery, perhaps, but a trial is still a trial. Achtung, baby. It's no holds barred. Let's rock. Aw, can't we take it easy today? Objection! It may just be a mock of a mock, but there's only one way to compete. You play to win. So remember, each time I catch you slacking off, I'm holding you in contempt of court. Great. A judge that voices their own objections and abuses their judicial powers. Well, I mean, it's not much worse than your actual judge, is it? Oh, talk. Okay. Summary of the facts. Oh, I'm playing as the judge for this part. I see. Judge Athena. Now then, Prosecutor Gavin, your opening statement, if you please. You got it, Fräulein Judge. Our case is set in a school very much like this one. The victim, a professor, female. The defendant, an archery club member, also female. Oh me, oh my. I'm innocent. Innocent, I tell ya. That's some seriously bad acting, Fräulein. Anyway, the victim's body was discovered in the middle of the quad. Here's a shot of the crime scene. Ironically, it was Professor Court who posed as the corpse. Oh, weird. Hey, Forehead, how did the mock trial participants react to this photo? Miss Newman was surprised by what Professor Court was wearing. He reacted with, "Oh, the green sweatsuit." You can see the book is, or a book at least, is in her pocket, breast pocket, as was mentioned earlier. And naturally, her hands are not bound. Didn't Athena take a picture of the other one? I wish we had that still. It's not exactly what I would pick to focus on, so why did he care about that? Too much of a fledgling to know what's important, that one. In any case, both in the mock trial and the actual case, Professor Court was wearing a sweatsuit. Moving right along. Hold it! Hey, wait a sec! The body was discovered in the same area as the mock case, although there was a stage. Plus, the murder weapon, an arrow, and the lack of blood are also the same. Well, there was blood on the outfit, but of course they didn't put fake blood in for the photograph. That's right. And therein lies the significance of this mock trial. So let's keep rocking it hard, just like that. Defense's argument. Before the crime occurred, the defendant was to meet with the victim in the quad. Let's see here. When I arrived at our meeting place, I found the professor with an arrow in her stomach. But it wasn't me. I didn't kill her. You don't have to ham it up like that, Athena. It's called getting into character here, Forehead. Don't be such a wet blanket. Right. Let's see. Oh yeah, then Hugh said, a frail co-ed used her bare hands to stab a professor with an arrow? I don't think so. At the time of the murder, a male student was... Oh, right, they're reading the parts of the... right, okay. At the time of the murder, a male student was seen holding a bow in the archery club room, which had a clear view of the quad. He shot the arrow into the victim before my client even got there. 9-9 here, Forehead. That feigned swagger does not suit you in the least. Order! 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 Especially you, Mr. Justice! Me? But I was just trying to get into it like Mr. Eurorocker said. Prosecution's rebuttal, let's hear it. So the victim was shot from the archery club room before the meeting even took place. Hence, the defendant could not be the killer. That seems to be the defense's assertion. Prosecutor Gavin, do you have any objections? The autopsy report notes that the edges of the victim's wound were unusually ragged. Could such physical trauma possibly result from an arrow shot from a bow? 9. I believe the victim was impaled with the arrow by hand. Post-mortem. In short, the real murder weapon was not an arrow at all. When Robin was a prosecutor, he had a tough time determining the real murder weapon. Well, he's just a student. A warm-up act. Well, I'm the real deal, the headliner, so to speak. The true murder weapon was most likely the awl that was left in the art room. An awl? What's that? I mean, an awl, you say? What might that be? That's, oh right, that's like a chisel, right? That was what that thing was that we saw. Presumably the same one used to do the sculptures, because it has to relate to the case somehow. It's the kind of tool used for poking holes in paper, wood, and other materials. Oh, never mind then. This was what was used to poke holes in the outfit, I guess. It's kind of like an ice pick. I have a photo here if you're interested. Gross. It's all bloody up to the handle. Please tell me that's just paint. Most likely a Fräulein. Pretty realistic, yeah? Let's pretend it's real blood for now. The defendant's prints were lifted from the murder weapon. Furthermore, traces of the victim's blood were discovered in the art room. That's where I believe the murder actually took place. How can you write a case like this to go either way? I guess they just put 3 damning pieces of evidence on either side and call it a day, maybe. So, the question now is, how did the body get from the art room to the stage? how the body was moved. The murder took place in the 3rd floor art room, but the body was found in the quad. It must have been quite a chore moving the body all that way. Not at all. There's a maintenance area and storehouse right outside of the art room. And a cart used to carry balls around was found there. Oh, I think I've seen one of those before. But that's a pretty big one. A jumbo, yeah? Big enough to fit a person, or a body, in it. The defendant dropped the body from the art room window, then moved it with the cart. That is how a high school girl could easily move a body all by herself. You don't say! Objection! Objection! A body dropped from 3 stories up would show signs of massive blunt force trauma. Objection! Was that Clavier's voice? Sounded so different from the apologist. That may be true, but... You failed to account for the large high jump mat in the storehouse. A body dropped onto such a mat would show no signs of blunt force trauma. I was wondering about that too, actually. Yikes! It's almost scary how similar this whole case is to the mock trial proceedings. So you're saying Clavier is no better than a student? Quite the crafty killer. In an attempt to cast suspicion on the archery club, they moved the body to the quad where it would be an easy shot from the club room. Then the killer faked the murder weapon by inserting an arrow into the all's stab wound. Sounds like he has only high praise for Junie's script. Were there any further arguments from the defense? No. It seemed like the teacher who was playing the judge was satisfied too. Time for the finale then. Your verdict, if you please, Fräulein Judge. Huh? All right, that's me. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Juniper Woods. Wait a second. Even if this is just a mock trial of a mock trial, I want to declare Junie guilty. Yeah, perhaps that's not such a good idea. Let's end our mock trial here. Does it say Juniper Woods in the script? Besides, it's about time I get back to my investigation. Or are we just conflating the actual thing with the mock one now? Thanks, you two! That little run through the mock trial will clear up quite a few things. Mock trial script added to the court record. Yes, I'd like to have a look at this. There's only one copy, a top secret script written by Junie. How the hell did you get a hold of it? I don't think that says Woods on it. Oxton, baby. The prosecution's already got a witness sized up too. That was quick. Prosecutor Blackwell's almost too good. You're sure in a helpful mood today, Prosecutor Gavin. Well, like I said, I just want to catch whoever killed Professor Core. And there's no reason for me to start butting heads with you two. Anyway, I won't say goodbye, as I'm sure I'll be seeing you later. Yeah, bye. I always thought prosecutors were all a rather scary bunch. Prosecutor Gavin seems pretty nice. Yeah, he's not so bad as prosecutors go. We should get back to investigating too. We don't have nearly enough information yet. And we also have to tell Mr. Wright that we accepted Junie's case. Right. So we have our work cut out for us. Whoa. Where did these vibes come out of nowhere with this music? This is the contradiction theme from Apollo Justice, right? Bum bum ba 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 boom boom ba da da bum bum ba da 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 bum 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 bum. It's like a jazzy up version though. It's still so crazy to me that the game it's like a obviously way exaggerated, but it's like a law drama. And this is the game where they're like, this needs to be like the dopest, like hardest bumping beats and full orchestra, majestic soundtrack we've ever created. Like, holy god. I mean, I know it's Capcom. This is the people who made Guile's theme. But still, it's just wild how good the music in these games are. Like, it's just unreal. So let me just have a look at this. Okay, a body with protruding arrow was from the quad. The murder weapon was an awl. The arrow was inserted as a ruse. The actual murder scene was the art room where the traces of blood were found on the floor. The body was dropped from the 3rd floor art room to the maintenance area below. A mat was laid out to cushion the fall. A ball cart from the storehouse was then used to move the body to the stage. They said did they say one was, I think Clavier said there was one just already there, I guess. The archery club's room has a good view of the quad. The body was moved to the quad to make it look like an archery club member had shot the victim with an arrow from that club room. All, buy with school festival funds, get from hardware store. Arrow, if I borrow one from the archery club, it could give away part of the script's plot, to be determined. Oh, right. Sweatsuit, victim's outfit will be a red one from the prosecutor course. There, that explains the surprise of Robin. Robin Newman. He's robbing the other new guy of his chance to be, to confess to Juniper because he was winning the trial. That's why it's called that. Probably not. Very interesting. I can tell it's going to get complex though, because what we're going to have to grapple with is how much did they really adhere to the script and how much did they adhere to the script just to frame someone, like just to make it seem like it's one way. Apollo, got a question for you. Do you know I'm a lawyer? Oh nice, your attorney's badge. That's the first thing you want to present when you meet someone new. I heard that's what all lawyers do. You heard that? From whom? Who else, Mr. Wright? Just remember, your badge comes first. See, Athena? Check it out! This is my attorney's badge. Oh, that's so intense. I want to present mine like that too. I love you guys. Yes, nice one, Athena. Keep it up. I don't care if it's totally unrelated to the case or just plain annoying or even embarrassing. Just keep presenting evidence without any regard for others. That's the first step towards becoming a successful trial lawyer. Leave it to me. I'll present one piece after another, and then another. That was the generic one. A torrid love triangle. Juniper sure is popular with the guys. Of course she is. She's pretty. Plus she has such a sweet and caring personality. I know what you're thinking. Why can't Athena be more like that, right? Actually, I think he was figuring out that you've got a bit of a thing for her. Ah, no, the thought never crossed my mind. Let's see. Panic? Sorrow? Yep, that's exactly what crossed his mind. The mock trial was quite the heated battle. Mr. Wright didn't even hear me when I said I wanted to see it. That was so unfair. We should have done rock, paper, scissors to decide who got to watch. I know I would have totally beaten you. How could you know that? The game's totally random. No, I can tell you favor scissors. I mean, the proof's sticking out right out of your head. Huh? What are you talking about? I know what she's talking about. Like I said, it's right there on your head. If that's true, then what does this mean for my favorite rock, paper, scissors thing? Scribble? Any ideas? The most prominent feature of this case is how closely it resembles the script. That makes it a tough one because we have to have a firm understanding of them both. Now, sweat. We can reenact the mock trial as many times as we want by reading the script. I'll check it out in the court record and commit to memory later. Good. I bet the script and the mock trial are going to be the centerpiece of the real trial. Make sure you know them inside and out. Yes, sir, Mr. Justice. Mr. Justice. Careful. I can get used to that. Apollo, any advice on how to investigate this case? Oh, start by interviewing people about the basic facts. Interview people, got it. Hey, you there. What can you tell me about the... Whoa, hold on, Athena. The trial's tomorrow, so try to limit it to people with some relation to the case. Okay, got it. Limit to the interview pool. Right. You might also want to take it down a notch, otherwise you'll be dead by tomorrow. He wants me to calm down at a time like this? Junie's fate rests in my hands. I just have to win this one. Right, so we better get our arse in gear. Let's check out... Wright Anything Agency. Maybe Trucy can help us with something. Trucy! Trucy, check this out. I'm a lawyer. Hey, that's an attorney's badge. Promise you won't make it disappear? Ah, what a mean thing to say. Do I look like someone who'd do something like that? No, I didn't mean it like that. Anyway, I hear they reissue badges that get lost, so... Hey, isn't that great? That means you have nothing to worry about. Yeah! But seriously, please don't make mine disappear. I wouldn't want to have to explain. Yeah, that would be super awkward. I mean, they probably wouldn't make you explain. Well, they might actually. I guess it's a pretty important piece of identification. Wow, thanks, Athena. That'll make a great new prop for my magic act. Just sighing over here, don't mind me. Huh? But that's... So, what kind of trick should I do with it? Make it disappear? Burn it? Rip it in two? Let's just save that fun little detail for later. Aw, fun. Hey, is that the morning paper? Something like that. It's a school paper. I was thinking your magic tricks would make a great article. Really? A newspaper article about my tricks? That would be so cool. The moment the interview starts, I'd suddenly disappear, shocking the interviewer. Without an actual interview, they could call the article The Interview That Vanished. I'll just leave it at that. Oh, wait, I didn't actually talk to her, did I? October 24th, Themis Legal Academy, first floor hallway. Mr. Wright! I heard they arrested your friend Juniper. Yeah, Detective Fulbright just took her in. I refuse to believe that one of our students is capable of murder. We must prove her innocent by any means necessary. The end justifies the means. What do you mean, the end justifies the means? I, Professor Means, always say what I mean and mean what I say by all means. Here at our esteemed academy, we train our students to produce meaningful results. You believe in Juniper's innocence, do you not? Of course I do! Junie wouldn't even hurt a fly! Precisely. We have justice on our side. The only other thing we need are results. It is the height of folly to endanger your client by failing to pursue all means possible. Man, the end justifies the means is not something I ever want to hear someone say in a legal academy. That was pretty sketchy just then.
Sure, I want to prove her innocence, but
I don't like the sound of that and it justifies the means part. Yeah, me neither. Well, you are still young and idealistic. It's no wonder you fail to see the wisdom therein. Hey, thanks. What a polite and normal thing to say. There is but one thing to do now. I must personally take up Juniper's defense. This is getting really hurtful. Everyone we talk to is like, I'll defend her instead of you. You're gonna take your case, Professor Means? I may be a professor, but I am still licensed to practice law. Damn it. In fact, I have even battled Professor Court in court.
no kidding? So you guys were rivals or something?
So, did she used to be a prosecutor or something? Because you don't exactly battle the judge. No, nothing of the sort. She was an esteemed colleague at the academy and in court. You see, both Professor Court and I graduated from this academy at the top of our class.
Wow, I bet they both used to really bring it.
Now, if you would excuse me, I had best go discuss the case with Juniper.
Professor Means, please wait. I didn't want to say anything, but Apollo and I already agreed to take her case. It's true. Juniper's counting on us to prove her innocence.
Really now? You too? And when were you planning on telling me?
Sorry, boss. I know we should have asked first, but,
Relax. Your friend was just hauled away in front of your eyes. Sometimes you just have to make snap decisions, and I think you made the right one.
Thanks, Mr. Wright.
How wonderful. Very well, Athena Cykes. Let me ask you just one thing. Are you out of your fucking gourd? As a lawyer, what is it that you treasure beyond all else?
That's an easy one, Professor. Seeking justice for my clients.
What a wonderful answer. Juniper must be overjoyed to have a friend such as you.
Well, she was crying, but I couldn't tell if that was just because she was being arrested for murder or not.
As her professor, I too shall do whatever I may to help her. That's more gracious than I was expecting, considering a moment ago you were like, this won't stand. I have to defend her myself. And if you decide to take the end justifies the means strategy, come see me at once. Wouldn't that be the end justifies the means strategy?
Let's hope it never comes to that.
Now, if you would excuse me.
You're excused.
Well, time's a-wasting. You better start investigating and fast. But first, how about I tell you everything I know so far?
Yes, please.
I did just want to talk to Trucy because I did forgot to follow up with her on that. All I did was show her the evidence.
Any ideas?
School festival. Why did you take me with you?
Only Mr. Wright was officially invited. Apollo and I were just tagging along, but we are lawyers after all.
Well, my magic actor would have made a great warm-up for the mock trial. They'd have seen how even the most crucial evidence could vanish in the blink of an eye.
That's probably precisely why Mr. Wright didn't invite you.
Athena, don't you think the Wright Anything Agency has about run its course?
What do you mean? I just got here.
Isn't it obvious? It's time for the Wright Anything Academy. And you, Athena, I want you to be the head of our psychology department.
Oh. What other departments will we have?
Well, I'll be the head of the magic department, and we'll have a Cords of Steel department and a bluffing department.
But then who'll be the head of the toilet cleaning department?
Apollo can still do that.
Hey, what the hell?
Who's in the lecture hall, by the way?
Apollo is.
Hey, Feeny Beanie.
I'm a lawyer.
Right, I think we already showed him this. Did we show him any of this stuff? I can't remember. Listen, Athena, there's a certain amount of etiquette involved in presenting evidence. You're free to shove this or that in my face, but at least get my attention first or give me some sort of warning.
In other words, do as I say, not as I do.
Ouch. This is the newspaper. Things like that sure scream out school days, don't they?
Were you involved in any extracurricular activities like school papers or mock trials?
Nah, that wasn't my thing. I was an art major.
An art major? Then how did you become a famous attorney?
It's kind of complicated. And when I say kind of, I mean really, really complicated.
Oh. You must really mean it. I'm picking up a lot of complex emotions in his voice.
Oh. Sorry to bring it up, Phoenix. Interesting that they have a La Miroir-esque outfit because this is supposed to be the Governors coming back together. I guess that would have been the last concert they did, more or less, right? Maybe? Any hoozles, before we head to the stage, any more you can tell us, my friend? Oh, guilty dogs instead of chili dogs, I guess. About the murder.
Feel anything you knew about the case?
Actually, I ran into Prosecutor Gavin and he told me something interesting. Seems the murder took place in the art room. There's traces of a large pool of blood in there. so the police believe the body was moved from there to the stage.
What? Really? It's like the mock trial again.
The police are searching the art room, but whether they'll find anything, well...
Well, what? Come to think of it.
Let's do our own crime scene investigation before it gets too crowded around here.
Huh? Are we even allowed to do that?
It's no big deal, as long as we leave it exactly as we found it. Plus... No, never mind.
Now, where was I again?
But there's really no need to talk about it right here, right now. I want you to find out for yourselves. Alrighty, will do. Remember about the academy. So were you shocked by your conversation with Professor Means?
Oh, I guess so. Actually, that was pretty shocking.
Wait, which? The Dark Age of the Law. I'm sure you've heard those words before.
Sure, a number of times. Prosecutors file false charges and lawyers fight back by fabricating evidence. There's a lot of that going around these days. But the question is, how is it related to the case at hand?
Training students to produce results. That's the school's policy.
Well, that in and of itself isn't a bad thing.
Right, as long as those results come by fair and honest means. Oh, I see what we're talking about, the end justify the means thing that Aristotle said.
Oh, but what was it Professor Means said? The end justifies the means? Yeah, it doesn't seem great, does it?
To survive the Dark Age of the Law, you must use any means necessary. Fabrication of evidence and false charges are unavoidable in the quest for results. That's what they're preaching here at Themis Legal Academy.
But what'll happen to our legal system if results are all that matter anymore?
Relax, it's just a rumor. I'd take it with a grain of salt if I were you.
Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah, be going there for a minute.
Wait a second. What if Mr. Wright examined the victim's body for a reason? Maybe he was worried someone might actually tamper with the evidence.
I mean, I expect so. Good thing you took a photograph of it. I think that about wraps up what I know so far. The fact that this case closely resembles Miss Woods' script is obviously important. Knowing that, you should probably try and identify what's the same and what's different. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I try to talk to as many people as I can on campus.
Wasn't it kind of the same in the La Miroir case, where it was like... There was a key difference in the lyrics that were being followed? There was one part that wasn't followed? But we were made to think that it was? Something like that. Righty, off we go. Oh, to the maintenance area we can go. Is there no one hanging around at the stage then? October 24th, Themis Legal Academy outdoor stage. Well, this investigation's getting long and soupy.
I thought the area was cordoned off.
Hey, the police are discussing something over there.
I know. I'll just quietly sneak over for a listen. Here goes. Do you really need to sneak over? Don't you have super hearing? Ah! Athena, watch where you're... Huh? Ah!
Trip over a box.
Ouch! You put this stupid box here. Wait. Ah! Apollo, this box, there's... Yeah, it says this side up, but it's upside down. What now? There's someone or something inside. Don't let it be a snake!
What?
You morons just blew my cover.
They're wearing the same outfit as Juniper. Must be one of the judges.
What the? There really is someone inside. That someone is me, Miriam Scuttlebutt. And I'm a senior in the judge course. What's with the box? It's the fate of we who live in the shadows. There's a very good reason why none may see my face by the light of day. Wait, if you're taking the judge course, did you write a mock trial script too? You really want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission, and you'll wish you hadn't. Who cares? I'm sure it was rejected for a good reason. Ouch. Fragile, Athena, let's be nice.
Turns white to black. Panda ink. Hands off. What in the 7 hells?
If you want to give me a present, step it to a hole in my box. Or if it's too big, you can open the top and give me it that way. So which way is it gonna be? Either way creeps me out.
I think I'm with you there. Their face thing is just the box. Senior into the judge course. She walks around with a box over her head and has a strange laugh.
I love this newspaper. The paper quality, the printing method, the smell of the ink. Could it be more perfect? Is it really that amazing? Nah, you just don't get it, do you?
toilet paper, hamster cage lining, window wiper. My paper is so awesomely versatile.
Am I to understand that the contents run the entire spectrum of fecal matter as well?
My script was way more popular than Juniper's.
Really? Wow, was that the majority opinion?
Yep, my behind-the-scenes maneuvers, threats, and deceptions worked like a charm.
Miriam, this may come as a surprise to you, but that's called cheating.
Says you. I didn't break the law. Besides, the end justifies the means. That's what they teach us here.
Apparently some people are already thriving in the dark age of the law. Oh man. This place is like a mass proponent of that. That's very concerning. That does explain why Clavier ended up the way he did. Nice to meet you, Miriam. Oh, so you're studying to be a judge, too. You must be classmates with Juniper. Are you a friend of hers?
Juniper? Sure, she's my friend. That's why I'm gathering info. Now tell me all you know. You know, for tomorrow's trial.
For tomorrow's trial? What are you talking about?
I'm going to take the stand, naturally.
So the witness for the prosecution is some weirdo in a cardboard box?
This disguise is how I get my scoops. But you're right. It's me. So tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake.
So you can be a prosecution for a witness for the prosecution? Not sure I follow your logic. Oh, wait a second, Miriam. Repeat what you just said?
A lawyer with brains as bad as his ears. Poor Juniper. I'm taking a stand tomorrow. Tell me everything you know for Juniper's sake.
How do you know Juniper was arrested? Maybe that spread like wildfire, I don't know.
Clear enough for you this time?
I thought so. Athena, my bracelet's reacting. Really? That means a lie already? That was quick. There we go. You're taking the stand tomorrow. So Juniper's sake has got to be the part that's wrong. 200. Bottle value pack. Tomorrow. Tell me. It's got to be the hands that twitch, right? Everything you know, it's going to be for Juniper's sake. Either for Juniper's sake or tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Got it! Gotcha, even! That's the one! That's strange. You suddenly tightened your grip when you said for Juniper's sake. It's like you subconsciously tensed up because you're lying.
What are you talking about? When did I ever lie?
Okay, then let me ask you this. Why were you selected as a witness?
That's an easy one. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Themis Herald.
And yet you say you're friends with Juniper.
I know everything there is to know around campus, even the darkest of secrets.
Editor-in-chief, huh? Pretty impressive.
Yeah, well, it's a lonely one-woman operation.
I figured there would be some reason for the pen.
I do it all myself, from reporting to editing to publishing. Still impressed? I'm a perfect storm of journalism because I bring it all to the table. And this is the evidence. Here.
Thank you.
An extra edition of the Themis Herald, published to coincide with the mock trial.
Themis Herald extra added to the court record. An extra edition of the school paper that covers the mock trial. Thanks, Miriam. You've revealed who you truly are. Someone who's never had Junie's best interest in mind.
What? Are you questioning our friendship?
Look, you may want answers, but no can do, because what you're saying conflicts with this piece of evidence. Take that!
That's the Themis Herald, the paper I publish. What about it?
Are you really that dense? This article is full of malicious lies about Junie. It's definitely not something a true friend of hers would write.
You got it all wrong. Another staff member wrote that one.
You just said it's a one-woman operation. I don't think so, Miriam. You even said it yourself just a moment ago. It's a one-woman operation. Or did you forget already?
If you'd just given me the info you have, stupid pawn. Juniper's just using you.
Ouch. What do you got against Juniper? Well, let me have a look at this extra edition while we're having the chance. Mock trial, an unceremonious cancellation. Objection. Ah! This is sort of weird. The framing of this makes it look like, Doomman was winning. From what we know, Robin was winning. And here it looks like you've got luminescent paint on your hand, so I guess you helped whoever Paint it. Paint it. That's interesting. Did they not say before that the luminous paint was blue, or did I make that up? No, they don't mention the color, so I guess that's... Anyway. So wait, who gave us these notes? Was it Juniper? Interesting. So Robin helped paint it. That's gonna be important. Anyway, tell us more about yourself, my friend.
Now, I want the truth, Miriam. You hide in your box in order to collect gossip for your sleazy paper. Isn't that right?
You're not really friends with Juniper, are you?
No, duh. She's the target of my scoops and my readers demand dirt. Extra, extra. The dirty little secret of the squeaky clean student council president.
God, that's horrible.
Dirty little secret? Alright, what are you planning to say in court, huh?
I'm a witness to her part in the crime. I'm going to tell it all in a shocking expose. The end justifies the means. That's my brand of tell-all journalism.
The end justifies the means? Wait a second.
In this dark age of the law, many of us embrace Professor Means' methods, even future judges. I've even adopted an end justifies the means brand of journalism, which includes tape recorders secretly hidden all over our campus.
Illegal, but also it's weird how self-aware they are about it. Like, she said, many of us embrace Aristotle's means, even the future judges, like as though it's questioned that you would embrace your professor's teachings.
Secretly recording every last word without anyone being the wiser.
Doesn't she realize that's totally illegal?
And one of them was at the scene of the crime, the art room.
You put a tape recorder in the art room? What did it record?
You wanna know? You really wanna know?
Yes, please. That's so nice of you to...
Like I'd really tell you now. The big scoop comes out in court tomorrow.
Of course it does.
You're so mean, Miriam.
According to my evidence, a fatal fissure had opened between the three of them.
In terms of friendship, you mean?
Who? Junie, Hugh, and Robin? And what do you mean by fatal fissure? Well, now it sounds like you're gonna tell us what you heard.
Juniper, Hugh, and Robin used to be the best of friends.
Used to be. They still seem to get along fine to me.
I did sense some discord, though.
You don't know anything. Professor Means has his followers and Professor Court had hers. Their influence is inescapable.
Are you implying that one of them adheres to that extreme idea you and Professor Means have? I see. So Professor Court didn't hold this means justify the ends dealio. But why would anyone follow that philosophy?
How could you possibly understand, period? You're new around here.
Miriam, wouldn't you feel better if you came out of the dark and into the light?
I can see fine in here. You'll be the one seeing the light in court tomorrow. Then you'll realize how guilty Juniper Woods really is.
Ugh. We're going to have to cross-examine her tomorrow, but I don't know where to start. Oh, sorry, that was Athena. We're going to have to cross-examine her tomorrow, but I don't know where to start. Well, let's at least take care of whatever we can today. Yeah, right. See what else we can find out. Any more you got to say about this extra? No. Oh, that was a camera she pulled out. Now all we got to do is search the entire campus. So it's to the maintenance room with us, I suppose. That's present. Oh, it's so pretty here. October 24th, Themis Legal Academy maintenance area. There's a kitty cat! And is that a boiler? Or an incinerator? So this is the maintenance area. Let's see. During the mock trial, Prosecutor Gavin said that the art room is right above here on the 3rd floor. And that the body was dropped from there onto a high jump mat from the storehouse. I guess that one there. That'll be something we ought to deal with next time on Stardew Dual Destinies, because, man, it goes by so damn fast, but that's all the time we have for this episode. It's not fair. All I want to do is play Ace Attorney all day. But it's better that I not play it into the wee hours of the night, because then I won't understand anything and I'll be very confused. There's a lot interesting here. The relationships in this one are very complicated. These two were perhaps rivals, had a completely opposite way of thinking, but supposedly were good friends. Worked at the same school, graduated from the same school. Juniper and Athena are good old friends, but she seems weird around us now, and there's something odd about her. These three are supposedly friends, but these two are also apparently competing for her affection. And there's discord in our heart about them being friends, so this probably just means there's trouble. And on top of that, we have this person trying to spread misinformation about the squeaky clean president. And Gavin's here for reasons, because he was going to be the lecturer, the prosecutor lecturer. So interesting, so much going on, and I bet it'll all be important, or some of it anyway, next time and beyond. And we may even get to trial, I'm not sure, because it sort of seems like the only objective we have is search the entire campus, so we're probably, if this is going to be the prosecution's main witness, senior-in-chief in the judge court, she's the aloof editor-in-chief of the school paper who walks around with a box over her head. Then either we're going to meet like one more character,
or no more characters before we're done here. So probably it's just about the investigation is the last bit we're going to be able to scrape up here before we have to defend her in court. So we might be getting to court next episode, perhaps. Of course, we could meet like 3 more people and then we just like go around to like 3 more rooms. Because I guess we also have to investigate the club room. Anyway, next video on the channel is going to be some more Yume Nikki, and potentially, depending on the way things go, it might be the final episode of Yume Nikki. I should also point out, I'll probably just make a little community post when it's closer to the actual time, but there'll be a period of about 5 or 6 days in the near future where I won't have access to my main setup. Did I already mention that? I feel like I did. Anyway, so the video I'm saying will come next might not actually necessarily be the video that comes next 100% in all cases in over the next week or so. I might be like, it's Yume Nikki next, and then it goes to this other things that I have. We'll be playing some Flash games and stuff probably when I'm away from my big machine here. Anyway, thank you so very much for coming around to this episode of 8th Strain Duel Destinies. 'Twas a blast. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out here now. Peace. Alexander Clam Bell. I don't want to think too hard about why this is part of the Mindy art pack. Mindy just has photographs of SpongeBob fighting for his life that she frames on the wall. And which one is story movie 9? This one. Plankton sound pack.